विनयतं चित्तम् आत्मनीवावतिष्ठते निष्प्रया सर्वकामेभ्यो युक्ता इति उच्यते तदा. When the yogi, by practice of yoga, disciplines his mental activities and becomes situated in transcendence, devoid of all mental desires, is said to have attained yoga. So this is obvious somehow, but it doesn't strike people. There is no question of advancing in yoga if mind is not controlled. Therefore, it is said when you're chanting Hare Krishna in the morning, you can know your condition of your mind. It's like a litmus test. How much the mind is peacefully hearing the holy names. You can understand, yes, my mind is in proper condition. Just like I get this news, sometimes students ask this question just before exam, not able to study. Because other time they're not aware the mind has become weak. Why? They're not doing anything. They just, we say in our language so many things, but general their language, they are just roaming here and there. But when the exam comes, there is some pressure, there is some load for the mind, and then they understand mind is very weak. Okay? It's like you think, you are heavyweight, you can lift 100 kilo. You can think like that. When it will come, you'll understand. I can't move it also. I can just move my hands. I cannot lift. You can lift 100 kilo. So similarly, we may think I am very great. But when an exam comes, you understand, I am not able to concentrate for the hours needed. And nothing I am able to memorize. Mind has become weak. Correct? You understand? The same way, as a devotee, every day when you sit down to chant Hare Krishna, you can know where is your mind. If the previous day was engaged very nicely in devotional activities, then next day when you sit down to chant, is very pleasurable, because it is every day it should be a better situation. But previous day we are not done reading, we are not chanting, we've spent time in Gramakatha, then try to chant now. You cannot chant now. It's impossible to chant. Mind will be blowing here and there. And so many mistakes happen. When the mind is not in order, it becomes very difficult to chant. Okay? So things have explained very nicely here. That Prabhupada, so the shloka is saying, if the mind is not controlled, or the yogi, the achievement of yoga, in fact, yoga is spiritual. The target of yoga is to awaken the soul. But the mind comes in between, just like the body. Now what happens to the body? I am conditioned. If I get some injury, some pain somewhere, it becomes very difficult to do anything. Okay? Now as far as spiritual activities are concerned, they are also dependent on mind, because we are in the conditioned stage. Our mind also places disturbance. Our identification of the body is strong. With the mind, it is impossible to separate. So no spiritual process tries to break identification in the mind and soul. It is not possible. Rather, what they do, they try to purify the mind, so that through the mind anyway it's going. Just like when attentively they say you hear. But who is hearing? The mind, no. You are hearing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. The mind is getting purified. And don't give it any activity that time. You are not giving the mind any activity. Don't do any other activity. You hear. Tat Shunu. At this time you cannot say, when I am saying Tat Shunu, soul only hear, mind do whatever. No, you cannot do that. The mind and the soul are very tightly identified together. In fact, birth after birth, as Sridhar, leave it. Power has come. The birth after birth, the problem is that the body is changing, but the mind does not change. So our identification will be more. The body actually, we keep changing. So there are billions of births, we had the same body, same mind. So our identification in the mind will be very, very strong. It is not easy to break it away. So we do not say, just like when Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mana Mana, he is asking something. Not for the soul, it's for the mind. Think about me. Automatically the soul's mind is clubbed. Soul's intelligence is clubbed with this mind. When you think about Krishna, what happens? The mind becomes purified. And the soul then awakens. When the soul awakens, it's a different issue altogether. Correct? But it is clubbed together. The body is engaged, the mind is also engaged. Okay? You try to understand the instructions. Always it is like that. The mind has to be engaged in devotion service. Then the mind will become purified. Then the mind will become peaceful. So here Prabhupada has quoted a famous verse of Maharaj Ambarisha. In fact, this verse is Prabhupada quotes, I think, million times. He loves this verse. Why? Just like Ajamila, if you see that instance, nowadays we are reading. And the Vishnu Tattva telling Yamuduta, don't worry, he chanted the holy name of Narayana. He has been washed. Prabhupada was so specific, wrote a book separately for it. Because this is the path for the people I am talking to. Correct? He is on target on what he wants to achieve. So similarly, he knows it is not possible in Kali Yuga for people to sit down as Babajis in Vrindavan and just keep chanting all day. He knows it is not possible. He knows what is the process in Kali Yuga will be good. Engagement. And what is the engagement? He takes the example of a king. The king means it's not a small business. The amount of anxiety a king has, amount of things king has to handle, it's a huge amount of work every day. And he has to be cautious. Everything has happened correctly. Correct? He has a very big responsibility. And even a king could become such a great devotee that he defeated Durvasa Muni. It's an extraordinary instance in the Bhagavatam. And Prabhupada loves this because this is the only way which is possible. So what is that shloka? Famous shloka? Savai manah Krishna padara vindayo. What is the meaning? The mind should engage in the Krishna's lotus. So that is the first thing to be done. Okay? Mind should always be thinking, my dear Lord, I am your humble servant. Please accept me as your servant. And then, Ma savai manah Krishna padara vindayo vachansi vaikunta gunanu varnane. And the words Vaikunta Gunanu Varnane. This is a very nice poetry where in every stanza different name of Krishna is used. Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindaye Vachansi Vaikunta, another name of Krishna. Gunanu Varnane, glorifying the wonderful activities of Krishna, who is Vaikunta, another Vaikunta. There is no anxiety in Krishna. Karor Harer Mandir Marjanadishu. Now another word, Hari. So hands used to clean the temple of the Lord. Then Shrutim Chakara Achyuta Satkato Daye Achyutana. Shrutim, ears in hearing about the Lord. Then next, who remembers this? Mukunda Lingale Darshane Drisho. The Drishu, the eyes. And now another name for Krishna, Mukunda. What do you do for Mukunda? See the beautiful forms of the Lord with the eyes. You'll forget your beauties of this world. Suppose your eyes are biting so-called beauty of this world. Just keep looking at the deity. It has been blessed. Keep looking at the deities. No other forms of the world will attract you. Therefore, Prabhupada says, if you're not able to decorate the deities at your own place, it's not easy. Go to some place where deities are nicely decorated and just have darshan. It's very important engagement for the eyes. Then whole day it is not looking for any stupid beauty. Real beauty you see, you lose the desire for. But you have to be devotee to see the beauty of the Lord also. Tadbhritya grata sparshe anga sangamam. Tadbhritya. You see the servants of the Lord and sangha sangamam. You stay in their association. We need association to have the association of devotees. It is true. It says, when we meet devotees, sometimes we hug each other. Hare Krishna, so sangamam. Granam tapada saroja saurabhe. What do you do with the nose? We smell the flowers offered to the Lord. So nose is also satisfied, purified. Shrimat tulasya rasanam tadarpite. Tulasi, take the water, tulasi offered to the Lord, and take that water with you. Okay? Just like it's a Charanamrita. Padau hare shed padanu sarpane. With the legs, go to the temple of the Lord. Correct? Big exercise. It has to climb with it. But it becomes normal. But here we are going to Krishna, it becomes spiritual. So legs, that is an engagement. What do the legs do? They want to go here, there. Correct? Take the legs to the temple of the Lord. Shiro Rishikesha Padavi Vandane, and head Rishikesha Pada. Put it at the lotus feet of the Lord. In fact, Shiva Vaishnava temples, here we at least, in our Archana we don't do, but Shiva Vaishnavas, the Pujari after Aarti will take his head and put at the feet of the deity. You noticed? You noticed somewhere? I have seen him many times. The big temple, the deity is big. The Pujari will do puja and put his head at the feet after that. So put your head at the feet, it says. Okay? Anyway, even when you are paying obeisance, we are holding the lotus feet only. Pado harer kshetra padanu sarpane shiro rishikesha padavi vandane kamam chadasanatu kama kamya. Desires, only one desire, Krishna's desire. I have no personal desire. Yatoshamo shloka janashaya rati. This is the way to become attached to Krishna. This is the way for us. You cannot do which are other things which people, you cannot think like Haridas Thakur, I will sit down. I am a great devotee. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yeah, sit down. How many minutes? Let us see. You cannot do. Okay? So we should see that we are engaged. All the senses are engaged. Eyes are also engaged. Mind is also engaged. Ear is also engaged. Nose is also engaged. Tongue is also engaged. The more the engagement, therefore many people ask this question, why do you hold japa bead while chanting? It is better no without that. It's irritation. No. The more the senses engage, more the attention. Just like TV. And other thing you can also watch. If you are slipping the beats, that means you are not doing attentive chanting. I've seen some people are that means they are not concentrating. Something mind is going on. Okay? So we should concentrate and chant. At least this much concentration you should have, that after I finish the mantra, I move one beat. It is check on your one level of concentration, correct? Otherwise, it's like a music going on. No. You don't know what you're doing. So always you should chant with beats, so that we see that there is some discipline and there is a minimum level of concentration is imposed. True, as we improve the level of concentration, the more you concentrate, the more you concentrate, the more you concentrate, the holy name will reveal itself. Just like when you do kirtan. The kirtan time also, our focus should not be on the tune. Our focus is on the holy name. We are trying to hear it very attentively. There was once Prabhupada was in Delhi. Somebody asked an audience question, how to chant Hare Krishna mantra? Acharya is full of realizations. Such a simple question. What the answer? Chant in the mouth, Hare, and hear with the ears, Hare. Krishna, and hear with the Krishna. This is the way to chant. But our mind, it has to go through the mind only. But our mind at that time wants to go around, all around the world. No, there is no activity for the mind. Your mind, you have first understand, you know the reality. If you are honest, your condition is very sick. Okay? So please stop doing further gymnastics now. It's for your time to take medicine properly. The effect has been compared very nicely by one devotee. He said when the mind is roaming around, it is like when you're chanting, you're taking water from the bucket and throwing here there. You're not putting on the head. So you're chanting Hare Krishna, but you don't hear. So the full benefit doesn't come. So this is the way. The point is another thing to understand. As you practice Krishna consciousness, so many byproducts you get. Just like in normal yoga system, also so many byproducts are there. They get good health, they become smart, they become very intelligent, normal yoga, and they get some siddhis, and they get lost into that. Similarly, in Krishna consciousness also, as you practice, we get some byproducts. You become so-called senior devotee, and become Prabhuji. And then what are the byproducts? Certain shlokas. You understand the philosophy, correct? The overall etiquette of Krishna consciousness, how to address somebody. You may be doing all the drama. But you forget the main thing of Krishna consciousness was jnana, vairagya. And where it is happening? In the mind. The mind is becoming attracted to Krishna's features. Krishna's holy name, Krishna's kirtan, Krishna's katha, Krishna's glorification, Krishna prasadam. The mind is becoming attached. And vairagya to the negative of that. Mind is becoming detached from that. It is not interested in material enjoyment. This is the symptom of spiritual advancement, not these byproducts. They may be there, may not be there. Sometimes it is said that somebody may be very badly behaved. But generally it doesn't happen. But may be very spiritually advanced. Somebody may know all the well etiquettes of Krishna consciousness, but spiritually may be zero possible. Correct? So true. It's not that we badly behave, but there are some instances taken where somebody may not, because of upbringing, he may not know proper way to talk. He may not be knowing civilized way. The words may be very, flat. Just like in North India, it is very uncivilized to say tu kya kar raha hai? And he may not know. We should not say tu to devotee. We should say aap kya kar raha hai? He may not know. He may be, not that he is offending, but he doesn't know that proper behavior. But actually he may be a very great devotee. True? So these things are byproducts, and we should not be, internally we should be very, very introspective, and we should not allow people to honor us more than we deserve. Or we should not allow people to make judgment on us on what we are not. So please, I am not on this platform. We should maintain honesty in Krishna consciousness, because then you're going to break people's heart. You should be very honest. See, this is though. Suppose somebody says, Prabhuji, you are fully beyond the 3 modes. Please don't speak all these things. 3 modes are giving embarrassing condition, trying to come out. But somebody says, yes, it's okay. Just because, there was an example of Prithu Maharaj, it is said. Prithu Maharaj was a great king from birth itself. He was born as a king in a full size with his wife. You know that, no? He's the son of, who is his father? Vena. He was given birth by the sages, the incarnation of the Lord. And when he appeared, the great sages recognized him as the incarnation, because nobody is born full size with his wife. And wife of the incarnation Lakshmi, he's a Shakti Vesh Avatara, given the Shashan Shakti. So when he appeared in this world, all the Brahmanas there who are doing puja, they started on the indication of sages. They understood incarnation has come. They say, you are such a great this, you are such a great this, such a great this. Nothing was incorrect. He is the incarnation of the Lord. But to just tell a principle, he said, please, don't speak all this thing, because I have not done anything till now. When I do, so sometimes you may say, okay, when I become doctor, Highly doctor. So somebody says you're doctor. Wait a minute. I didn't become doctor till now. Oh, God knows these people will give me degree or not. So we should be not that what will be there. What I am there, accept that much. Tomorrow you don't know. Maybe you cease to become devotee. Anything can happen. Correct? So what I am situation now, only that one. Not that tomorrow I will become pure devotee. Look at me. This is cheating. This is hypocrisy. It can break people's heart. Correct? Let us be honest to the level of our realization. Then it's very fine. Then what happens? You don't have to put up the show. People are not under pressure. Both ways there is suffocation. Suppose somebody is taking more lesson than he deserves, both are suffocated. It's very artificial life. So mind becomes very peaceful. And then you can be very, very introspective genuinely. You can live a very peaceful life. No. Mind has to be controlled. Okay? And you live a very peaceful life, very blissful life. So the work has to happen. So here in the shloka, Prabhupada has very much pointed out, this is the area of our work. External adambaras are there, so many things. Definitely devotee should know the culture of a devotee. But even among all that, he should know my advancement lies in Jnana Vairagya. All the 9 steps of spiritual advancement are known by Jnana and Vairagya. So when we see that, because it is said, just like we read, Ajamila, holy name itself is the atonement for everything. Okay? So we know that we should start focusing there. So we want genuine Jnana Vairagya developing every day. More and more, every day we develop attraction to Krishna. And more the things are becoming distasteful in a material thing. We cannot speak the way Prabhupada used to say. There is another famous shloka Prabhupada quotes in the Bhagavatam, where the king says that when I taste something, when the sex desire comes in our mind, I spit at the thought. So Prabhupada says he was not ordinary, he is, what is the name of the king? Yamunacharya. So previously he was a king, he had many queens. He had all those enjoyment, but when he became a great devotee, sometimes those thoughts came. He said, I want to spit at the thought. Why? Now so much I am enjoying Krishna consciousness. So this should be the part and parcel of our life, and then we are advancing. Srila Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki.